Your vision could fade away without these three essential foods. Start incorporating them into your diet before it's too late. You might be surprised, but vision deterioration isn't always just a matter of age. I've noticed more and more that people are losing their sharpness of vision without realizing that the issue isn't their eyes, but rather what's on their plate. Your eyesight isn't declining just because your eyes are tired. It's because your body lacks three vital nutrients that nourish and protect the retina. And the most concerning part is that this process is already happening right now. Do you recognize yourself in this? Imagine starting each day the same way. Glasses on the table, a book too far from your eyes, the screen seems to blur, and even your reflection in the mirror looks less clear. You think it's just age. Everyone experiences this, but it's not. Your eyes simply lack the nourishment they need. Just like your body requires proteins and fats, your eyes need their own vitamins for vitality. Without them, your vision diminishes step by step. Recent research has shown that three essential nutrients, which can only be obtained through food, have a direct impact on the health of retinal cells. Without these nutrients, the risk of macular degeneration increases, dry eyes develop, visual acuity decreases, and lens clouding accelerates. What's particularly important is that many older adults do not get enough of these nutrients daily, simply because they are unaware of their importance. Vision is not just about the lens or eye pressure. It's a complex neural network nourished by fatty acids, antioxidants, and pigments that protect against oxidative stress. Without these essential nutrients, retinal cells begin to deteriorate. Capillaries become fragile, and nerve impulses weaken. All of this manifests in one way. You start to see worse, often without even understanding why. What will happen to your vision next? If these three deficiencies are not addressed, age-related changes in the eyes can become irreversible. People start to limit themselves. They read less, avoid driving, and steer clear of evening strolls. But the most alarming sensation is the feeling that the world is drifting away, becoming blurry, and losing its details. This state is one of the most common companions of not only vision loss, but also emotional decline in older age. The good news is that you can restore your eye health in just a few weeks by adding three simple foods to your diet. They are not exotic, not expensive, and accessible to everyone. You'll find out what you need to eat to start improving your vision from within. This isn't a miracle. It's nutrition based on scientific accuracy and years of practice. Watch until the end, as your vision depends on it. The first food essential for maintaining clarity, depth, and focus in your vision is the humble chicken egg. Yes, the very same one you've known since childhood. However, many older adults, especially those who limit fats or fear cholesterol, are missing out on this important nutrient. And that's a mistake. The yolk contains lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful protective pigments that literally integrate into the eye tissues and help block the degradation of the retina. Without them, vision can fade, and the eyes lose their protection against light, fatigue, and the passage of time. What's happening to your eyes? Lutein and zeaxanthin are carotenoids that our bodies cannot produce on their own. They act like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light, protecting the eye cells from oxidative stress, and strengthening the retinal blood vessels. As we age, our reserves of these nutrients deplete, especially if we're not getting them from our diet. So, what happens next? When there are no eggs, or leafy green vegetables, which we'll discuss later, in the diet, the retina is left unprotected. It becomes vulnerable, leading to complaints such as blurred vision, difficulty reading in bright light, and a general feeling of fogginess. These are all signs of deficiency that start at the cellular level, but gradually lead to a decline in quality of life. Here's a clear example. Ms. Mariko, 78 years old, came in complaining that she was having trouble reading in the mornings. The letters seemed to blur, and the screen of her phone was too bright. Previously, she had removed eggs from her diet based on an old article about cholesterol. During her examination, it was discovered that her carotenoid levels were critically low, and her retina had started to lose density. After reintroducing 1 egg a day into her diet, along with adding spinach and carrots to her meals, she noticed that within a month her eyes were less fatigued, reading became easier, and daylight no longer felt overwhelmingly bright. Her doctor smiled and said, "You've nourished your eyes again. And this miracle could happen to you. What if you don't want to or can't eat eggs? I know some of you are out there. If for any reason you can't eat eggs, no worries. Lutein is also found in dark green vegetables like spinach, kale, and parsley. However, eggs are unique because the fat in the yolk helps these pigments be absorbed more effectively. So the ideal option is to have 1 soft-boiled egg 4 to 5 times a week without frying or mayonnaise. Simple and gentle. Pair it with some greens, a drizzle of olive oil, and a warm grain dish, and it becomes more than just breakfast. It's morning nutrition for your retina. And remember, your vision isn't just about your eyes. It's about how you nourish your body. The next product that many people overlook, but really shouldn't, is fatty sea fish. Mackerel, herring, sardines, and salmon are simple, accessible options that play a crucial role in maintaining good vision, especially after the age of 60. If your diet lacks fatty fish at least 2 to 3 times a week, you're depriving your body of essential building blocks for your eyesight. Specifically, omega-3 fatty acids are vital. Without them, the optic nerve becomes vulnerable, and the eyes can become dry and irritated. You might be wondering why this is so important. Omega-3 fatty acids act like lubricant for the nervous system. They are a key component of the retinal cells, particularly in the sensitive central area known as the macula. This is where sharp vision is formed. When the body lacks omega-3s, the retina becomes more susceptible to damage, disrupting the signal transmission from the eyes to the brain. In addition, omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation, improve microcirculation, and help prevent dry eye syndrome, which often troubles older adults. Symptoms include a gritty feeling, burning, and light sensitivity. The eyes need proper hydration, and fatty acids play a crucial role in producing a quality tear film. Take a moment to pause and think. Do you experience any of these symptoms? Now, let's continue with the story of a senior man's recovery. Mr. Alvaro, 82 years old, had been suffering from persistent dry eyes for several years. He tried dozens of eye drops, but the relief was always short-lived. After an eye consultation and a dietary analysis, it turned out that he hardly ever ate fish. Instead, he started eating bread, pasta, and a little chicken. After he began to include a small portion of herring or mackerel every other day, cut out margarine, and added flaxseed oil to his porridge, his eyes stopped itching. The feeling of a film over them disappeared, and within 2 months, he could even read without taking breaks for eye drops. His doctor noted an improvement in his cornea and a reduction in inflammation. It wasn't a miracle. It was the result of nutrition. If you don't eat fish due to taste preferences, beliefs, or health reasons, look for other sources of omega-3. Flaxseed oil, 1 to 1 teaspoon per day. Do not heat. Ground chia or flax seeds can be added to porridge. Walnuts and seaweed, spirulina, chlorella, as a supplement. However, the best way to nourish your body is through lean, steamed, or baked fish. Aim to include it in your diet at least 2 to 3 times a week, as it benefits not only your vision, but also your brain, blood vessels, and joints. Omega-3s are essential fuel that mature bodies often lack. Without a third key food, you won't be able to maintain your vision for many years, and that food is dark, leafy greens, especially spinach, kale, parsley, and broccoli. These simple, affordable plants are like nature's glasses because they contain a high concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin. Without these pigments, the retina cells, particularly in the central area known as the macula, begin to deteriorate due to light exposure, inflammation, and age. This is why people who rarely eat greens often complain of increased light sensitivity, blurriness, and fatigue in their eyes, sometimes even in the morning. Do you experience these symptoms? Lutein and zeaxanthin are carotenoids that accumulate in the eye tissues, creating a protective filter against blue light and oxidative stress. These pigments give the macula its yellow hue, enabling us to distinguish details, read, and recognize faces. But what's the most concerning? As we age, our bodies lose the ability to accumulate these vital substances. Unfortunately, foods rich in lutein often get excluded from our diets due to habits, laziness, or fatigue from cooking. As a result, the retina becomes vulnerable, cells slowly deteriorate, and our vision begins to fade. The good news is that pigments from spinach and broccoli start to accumulate in our bodies within just 12 weeks of regular consumption. It's like you're giving your retina an internal boost. This is exactly what happened to our next heroine. Ms. Sophia, 74 years old, complained of constant eye fatigue, especially in the evenings. The TV seemed too bright, and her phone screen was harsh. Glasses didn't help. The doctor didn't find any serious pathology, but a dietary analysis revealed that she hardly eats green vegetables at all. Her diet was mostly limited to bread, potatoes, and rice. Following her nutritionist's advice, she started making spinach puree with a spoonful of olive oil every day, or adding it to her morning omelet. After 3 weeks, she remarked, "I feel like I can see more clearly. My eyes no longer look tired." Later, she added broccoli to her lunch and greens to her dinner. She found she no longer needed eye drops. Most importantly, she regained her desire to read in the evening without feeling fatigued. Is there anything else that can be used as a substitute? Absolutely. If spinach or broccoli isn't to your taste, you can opt for parsley, beet greens, arugula, green beans, or young nettles, cooked. The key is to incorporate greens into your daily routine. Add them to your omelet, sauté with a splash of oil, toss into soup before serving. Make salads with olive oil and lemon juice, or simply enjoy warm greens with your grains. It's important not to overheat for long periods and always add a bit of fat, like oil, eggs, or avocado, to ensure full absorption. Even just 1 serving a day can improve your eye health in just 2 weeks. Remember, you're not just eating, you're restoring your vision, cell by cell. Let's recap the most important points. Now you know, vision loss isn't just a matter of age. It can also stem from nutrient deficiencies. Without lutein, omega-3s, natural pigments, and fats, your eyes become as fragile as glass without a frame. But the good news is that this decline can be stopped. Every day is an opportunity to restore your eye's strength, not through drops or injections, but through food. Eggs, fatty fish, and dark green vegetables are simple foods that nourish the retina, protect the optic nerve, and provide your eyes with what they can't get from air or general vitamins. Make a note in your health diary. You need to add 1 egg, a serving of fish, and a handful of greens to your plate. Not tomorrow, today. No complicated recipes needed. Just soft food for the eyes. This is how clarity, light sensitivity, and the desire to read or knit again, or to look into the distance without fatigue, begin to return. It's not about diagnosis, it's about nourishing the cells. If you think, it's already too late, that's not true. If you think, I don't like fish, or I can't eat eggs, there are always alternatives. If you think, food won't help me, just give it a try for 2 weeks. The body always responds. It doesn't demand perfection. It just needs care. And vision is one of the first senses that shows improvement when it starts receiving proper nourishment. Start with 1. An egg in the morning, fish during the day, spinach in the evening. Don't count, feel, listen to your eyes. If they're getting tired, it's not just age, it's a call. And you can respond with a spoon, a fork, a gentle gesture. Eyes are not just for seeing, they reflect how you view life. Imagine yourself a month from now. You're sitting in your favorite chair, reading effortlessly, your face relaxed, your eyes open to the world. The sun is shining and it's not harsh. You go to the store and see clearly, and you understand. You haven't regained youth. You've preserved clarity. And that is true longevity. Not in years, but in how you perceive each day you live. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video.